Michael, I'll start with you.
Sure.
What's your sense of the debate right now that'll be happening in homes across Australia about whether it's time to pull the pin on mass gatherings? Are you where the government is, which is, look, tomorrow they might make a decision, but right now we're not following Twitter, we're not following our gut, we're doing what medical people are doing, and what medical people are doing is saying that the F1 happens this weekend in Melbourne?
Well, even, irrespective of what medical people are saying, you can tell that the reaction of people is to be more cautious. They're buying all the things we know they're buying in supermarkets and stopping up and taking precautions because people properly fear the unknown. And some of the things you read, some things I was sent today by people, have the most extreme views on coronavirus, basically that everyone's going to catch it. I think some of the politicians who've made comments have been unhelpful. So the answer to your question is people are erring on the side of great caution, as they should. This is serious, but at the same time, the one thing I'd like the media to do, and Channel 9 was one media organisation that did do it tonight, I'd like them to report, of the reported cases, how many people are no longer having the virus.
Correct.
So of 130,000 worldwide that have caught the virus, about 70,000 no longer have it. So we're seeing massive rates of low infection and then people recovering. And so that needs to be pointed out to stop people thinking that everyone's got it is going to die from it. And there's a sense of that once you get it, well, it's an Armageddon. So that'd be my request to the press, Paul.
Well, and a big shout out to Tom Hanks and his missus who'll be watching us right now in their hotel room on the Gold Coast. They're not allowed to go anywhere for the next 2 weeks. Nicholas, what's your sense here? I mean, look, again, follow the experts. The experts are saying we don't have to push that button yet. I think that's reasonable. Doesn't mean it won't get pushed tomorrow, but it's up to them to push it, not us.
Yeah, look, I think this is one of those times when you look to the experts, don't you? I mean, these are people who have spent their careers studying medicine, looking after people, dealing with medical, public health issues, studying infectious disease, the science of epidemiology. And so at this point in time, I think we should be looking to the experts, and Chief Medical Officer, Chief Health Officers around Australia are at this point in time not recommending those restrictions. Now, I think as Michael said, people get scared, and there's a tendency when you're scared to overreact or disproportionately respond. Better to be safe than sorry, so therefore shut everything down. But when the experts are saying to us that that's not needed at this point in time, I will go with the advice of the experts.
It's this thing, because, Bronwyn, we know that a doctor, generally speaking, is a pretty conservative person. They know that they're not going to want to put you in danger. So if they're not making that super conservative call now, I think that matters. But what too also, that point I was saying about the NBA, look, there are parts of the world where we live, this is sort of the first pandemic where, lawyers at 10 paces, OH&S at 9 paces mean you want to avoid being accused of putting somebody in danger rather than avoiding putting someone in danger.
Look, this whole question of the coronavirus has become entirely political. You saw that Bill Shorten clip showed you. He wants draconian measures. The language he's using. He should be better off looking after the worst virus at all, and that's socialism, which is being spread. And, I picked up an article today, it was in the Washington Post. Only thing was, it was written in 1994, and it was talking about how China and Mao Zedong had managed to kill 80 million people and let someone like Hitler's Germany or Russian's Stalin look like amateurs. But the important point
But it wasn't done by
is,
viruses and all of those things. Let's not go there again.
Oh, they use many things. But the important thing is this. I said that the Chinese have managed to export not just a virus, but fear. And that's what we're seeing, fear. And I just wonder, there was all that talk, wasn't there, about the Russians interfering in the 2016 election? How about the Chinese in the 2020?